Jay and I planned to fly up the coast around Yucatan, Cordova, Homer, and finally spend a few days on Kodiak Island. We did get to see some great scenery as you see here, but the winds got really strong, and so we made a new plan and decided to go into the Situk Lake cabin and spend a few days there doing a little fishing and waiting until the winds died down.
We got another whopper here. These fish here are so amazing. Sometimes they're so hungry they bite with their tail.
I hope you got that on video. Caught me some fish. Just relaxed. Didn't work at all.
After a couple of days at the Situk Lake cabin, the winds died down and we continued up the coast. We saw the old shipwreck slowly getting buried by the sand and stopped in at the McKinley Lake cabin near Cordova. It's on a river where it comes into the ocean and the salmon are running and just thick.
We found a spot by a cabin where you can scoop them up.
Just scoop them up.
They are everywhere here. Wow.
We hiked a little ways to an old abandoned mine and saw a bunch of equipment and a locked up mine shaft here, and then headed on up the coast some more en route to Kodiak. We stayed at the Laura Lake cabin and we had to reposition the airplane when we first got there, so here you see Jay doing that. After just one night at the Laura Lake cabin, we moved on to the Fraser Lake cabin on the south end of Kodiak. Pretty barren here. Unfortunately, it was windy and rainy and pretty nasty. You can see the airplane working here. We put the main gear down to try to ease the stress on the floats. The inside of the cabin was quite nice, as you can see here. And it's supposed to be a great bear viewing cabin, but about the only thing we saw was this weasel.
Here we are, Kodiak Island. Not seen any bears yet.
And that characterized Jay's entire visit. We didn't see a single bear, even when Jay was willing to trade 3 or 4 whale sightings for one bear. There were just no bears to be found, even on Kodiak Island.
It's an A-frame. Pretty nice inside. Sandy, gravelly beach. The low spot there goes out to the ocean. You can see the mountains on the other side of the channel. It's about 7 o'clock. Sun's going down. There's our big beach. Got the plane sitting over there. Alright, this is why we're stuck here for a day or so. It's raining like crazy and windy. Clouds whisking by there. White caps on the lake. Oh yeah, you can see out. It's awful windy out there.
Yeah. We spent a couple of nights at the Cook Lake cabin, letting the winds die down and the weather get better, and then flew to Petersburg, where we had Papa Bear's Pizza. We stayed there due to the weather. Finally managed to make it into Juneau, where we put the airplane to bed, got Jay on a flight home. It was a great trip in spite of the weather. Even though Jay didn't see any bears, we still had a great time.